Hi, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again, and today this video is going to be about the Glacial Cascade character that I'm playing, kind of in higher end maps, and I don't really feel confident running this map, but I want to just get it out because people keep asking the question for some reason of, can this build clear, 78 maps and whatnot, and it should be very obvious whether or not it can, but for people who don't seem to understand, I'm going to go ahead and run a 76 map for you guys here, which is the crematorium boss, and attempt the crematorium boss as well, which I really don't want to do, just because I'm only level 81, and I should be like level 85 or so before I start running 76 maps, just off of my own preference. I'm going to regal it and hope it doesn't Brit. No, I'm not. Actually, I don't want to ruin the video based off that, but this is something I would regal with 49% more magic monsters. All my gear is the same. The only thing is I 5-linked my staff and ended up putting on increased AoE. I need to swap out my necklace, and I want to drop the cast speed, preferably for a crit damage amulet. Other than that, everything's the same, but just like on the video, on the forums, I'll have a day 3/4, which is what I'm at now. There we go. 2 days, 3 hours, etc. And an untainted. Nope. Doing a YouTube vid, thanks, though. Alright. So let's go ahead and test it out. So let's get our buffs on. Oh, sorry, I've also set up dual cursing now. That's right. That's one thing you guys haven't seen. I ended up respecking, which I said I was going to. I dropped the power charge, and then I dropped 1 into crit multi, and then a level up, which allowed me to get dual curse for Whispers of Doom. And now I'm gonna run. I run Assassin's Mark and Temporal Chain, so I dropped the reduced mana. I need to get a better necklace as well, because all these hit dex requirements, and whenever I fight a boss, I just pull off curse on hit, and I can manually curse. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and test out the 76 map. Now there is of course a potential I could rip. It's probably not going to happen, but there's always a potential, especially with 76 maps, like I said, how I'm only level 81. Most likely going to level in this map as well. So let's see how it goes.
You there. Let me bend your ear for a minute.
Looks like we have a vegan, something I really don't want to do right now, but we'll go ahead and test this out. So here's vegan. We're going to swap to conch. We're going to pull off curse on hit. We're going to hit our granite, begin. So that was, like I said, a little scary. This is a 77 vegan and I'm 81, so I really should be leveling up a bit more before doing these reckless things, but that's just how life is. So curse on hit goes back here, AoE goes here, and conch goes here. We're gonna turn our Arctic armor back on, which I don't even think I had it on actually. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't know. I didn't. I don't remember. Oopsies. Yeah, the reasoning for dropping casting speed for crit damage, now of course if you could get them both, that's amazing, is I can't freeze some bosses because I'm not pure cold damage, and that's why I don't really take reflect damage. So the more crit multi I can get, the more it's gonna scale my cold damage while scaling every other damage source at the same time, and that's why I want to scale my crit multi up. It's gonna be super beneficial. Here's some Fizz Reflect over here. Careful, I almost killed myself. Whoops. This is Void Spawn of Abazoth. Really not what I want to do, but now this is something I really should not be doing here. But I love you guys, and I could potentially lose my character here. I really don't have a lot of room to kite. That hurt a lot. This is not the place to be fighting him at all. I like can't even see him. Okay, have I even heard him? Not really, I'm just leaving him. If this was an open map, I would gladly do him, but it's not an open map. So I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna do him. Like I said, I would much rather level up before even running this map, so I'm gonna have to say peace out to that. But I've killed him numerous times already, just not in a crematorium layout where I can't even see anything. So we're just gonna skip that. And we're gonna put our curse on hit back on. Anything else that you'd like to give me that I don't really want to do right now? I've already had to do a 77 Vegan and avoid spawn. Please don't give me anything else. Why can't you just be an easy map for me? But like, just an example is, if I leveled up, I'd have like 20% increased crit multiplier, and then my necklace is gonna give me like 34% crit multiplier. So just alone, that's so much more damage. Okay. This is good. Is that a chrome? No. Alright. Don't really want to fight dischargers. Make sure we keep our distance from them. So in general, you know, my damage is still fine. I would like more damage though for the big bosses and whatnot, because I'm not gonna run Conk for every boss because it is a bit sketchy depending on what exactly is happening. Like, I'll see if I can do this boss that's coming up, the crematorium one, without Conk effect, but I don't have a ruby on me, and it's gonna be pretty sketchy. A lot of the dangerous things could happen on this fight, but that's the fun of the game, right? So, with increased AoE, the gem that I'm using right now, if a mob is in front of me like point blank, I can only hit it one time. It's the only downside, because I have so much AoE, but that doesn't generally happen. Yeah, but like if I were to, like if a mob or a boss is in point blank, like a lot of shield charge exiles, if they're point blank in my face, then I can only hit them one time, opposed to, like that guy right there, opposed to it usually hitting twice. With Glacial Cascade, with Conk effect, sorry, it's 2 to 3 times. If you have very little AoE, it goes up to 4 times that you can hit. Also, furthermore, I forgot, I'm using a level 18 gem, so I haven't purchased any gems either. I know a lot of people buy like level 20 gems and stuff and start playing their characters, and there's nothing wrong with that, but for me, that's not something I want to do. I like seeing the progression in my characters. I say this all the time because it's true. You know, I like seeing my characters develop. I like seeing them in like a legitimate standpoint. That's also why I'm not using a +3 staff. I'm using a +2 rather than a +1/+1, because it's realistic to find something like this in Indie League playing for a couple days. It's not realistic to find a +3 staff. Even the first week, maybe it'd be hard to find. double shrine. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. An Arcanist box, that's pretty neat. Let's go ahead and roll this really quickly here.
How may I be of assistance, Exile?
This is actually for the new tab here, so I'll name this. This is my Regal tab. That can go here. This will be here. 200 weapon will be here.
Good day to you, Exile.
This would be garbage. And we wanted, let's see, augmentations and alterations. Take out some augs. I believe it's in the maps section. Take out some trans, and let's go have fun with the Arcanist. Detonates, Firestorm, 1 level, 3 additional. Random curse, 4. 7 with detonates. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Actually, there's some stuff over here. Let's just take this. Cool. Actually, I'm curious. Is this 77? I forgot if it's 77 or 78 that people want. Not bad. Not bad at all. 77 plus, we'll just do this.
Another day
In and currency tab. I need to sort at some point in my life. This would be an alk. Alright. I think I'm going down now. Actually, I think I'm gonna run Conk for her. That's why, ideally I'd like a Pledge of Hands, and then I could run Conk effect with AoE, because I wouldn't need Echo on a 5-link. So ironically, that's what I would like to use, is a Pledge of Hands. I think it synergizes really well with this build. Not one crit, really? Okay then, crit rate, that doesn't want to exist. Dry Peninsula, awesome. And I know I say this every time and day again, but for the people who haven't watched the previous videos, there's a reflect pack right over there to my left. It's in this room right here. So I'm going to make sure I YOLO it, and I'm not going to hit my Sapphire for you guys. So here's the reflect. Actually, there's like no mobs. Let's see if I can... There's like no mobs, so anyway, I'm just gonna slap it. It didn't do anything as a single mob. Okay then, let's just not letting it warp. Senpai, please notice me. When the duck walk up to the... What? Alright, so this is gonna be Fire Fury now. We've got golems. It's gonna be a blue pack of golems here. I'm just concerned as to what the golems have on them. They're not close though, because I'm not getting any charges from them yet. Bonds of Chaos. Alright, so we're gonna swap for Conk right now. And we're at 19k damage without charges. There she is. Gonna play this nice and slow. Okay, we're gonna just back away here. We're just gonna wait, see what's happening. Wait for the firestorms to go away. And let's come out right now. And she's about to die. We're just gonna swap on for Conk, or AoE. She'll die right here. So it wasn't too bad. Like I said, assuming I'm running level 19 gems, which is very, it's not hard to obtain level 19 gems. So if we were to realistically plan out, so say I'm running level 19 Glacial Cascade, so plus that would be a 21, using crit damage on my necklace instead of casting speed, spec'd into crit damage and crit damage here, and then grabbing spell damage, so that's 5 levels realistically. That'd be a damage increase, so that would put me at level 86. So that's 20 plus a necklace is 50% crit damage and 30% spell damage with concentrated effect. You could effectively say that I could have froze her. I don't think I froze her there with my crits. And that's a lot of damage to get, and I still won't have to be concerned about Reflect. And this map wasn't really that scary. The only thing I was concerned about was the Beyond boss. And, you could do the flip thing again, like I said, with all the extra damage I could be obtaining. My mana pool and life pool are still fine. I'm sitting at 5k effective life. That's really not that bad. You could modify it to get more. I've got 2 life nodes to pick up here. You could pick up Sovereignty. You've got cast speed here. You've got cast speed here. There's a lot of things you could play around with, to be honest. So that's pretty much about it. I just wanted to keep you guys updated. I'm sorry I was a little slow. I had to do some stuff as I was playing, as you guys saw. That's pretty much it, like I said. You guys have any questions, just feel free to ask me. And remember that this is going to get updated. This video with my gear is going to go right here. There's going to be a spot day 2/3, and it's going to say level 81. Gear plus content update or something. I don't know what it's going to say. And if you guys have any questions, this will be linked in the description down below, and you can just check it all out right here. So I hope you guys had a wonderful time. Feel free to ask any questions. Remember, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I stream daily on twitch.tv. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me there. But please read over the guide first for these basic things. That's pretty much about it, though. Take care. Have a great one, everyone. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.